You know what you should do? You should follow me on Twitter at Bromo018. Link in the description. Do it now. Hello my friends, Bromo18 here as always. It's great to be back with you for episode 15 of our Ajax career mode series on FIFA 19. Today it's a slightly different episode, no games, as the season 2 hasn't begun yet. Today we're just going to be essentially having a bit of a chit chat, I guess, about, reviewing season 1, looking ahead to season 2, transfers, potential changes and stuff like that. Really just wanted to give you all an overview of what's going to be happening between now and the start of season 2 as we look ahead. It's been a really good season. We've done the double, of course, as you guys will all know, and despite how tight it was along the way, it was actually fairly comfortable in the end. It doesn't, the league table paints the wrong picture. It makes it look like we strolled all the way through. It really wasn't the case, as you guys know. We didn't go top of the league until about, maybe January or something. It was so close all the way. There was about 4 teams battling it out. And then all of a sudden, in the last, 6 weeks of the season or so, we just sort of pulled away. A lot of the teams dropped off. Really lost a bit of form, lost a bit of momentum. And as a result, it's all its way clear. And also, we have the cup here as well. It was not easy going. There's a couple of times it went to extra time and things like that. Especially this cup final where we won on penalties in the end against PSV. A dramatic episode that was. But, we got there in the end. And, first time in many years that Ajax have done the domestic double, which was obviously really, really pleasing. I'll show you this actually. It's not something that we had a look at in the last episode. The team of the competition. Let me find it. There it is down there. The team of the competition. We had quite a few players in it, as you can see. Defence featuring, highly likely, if it will come up here. Anana also got goalkeeper of the tournament. There we go. There it is. So, we had Neres, we had De Jong, De Ligt, Tagliafico and Anana. I'm surprised to see so many PSV players in there, considering, they actually finished 4th. They were quite a way off the pace for, most of the season. Only got into 4th place on the last day. So, surprising to see that. But, pleasing for us, for sure. And, it just goes to show what a good season, what a really good season we've had compared to, the expectations and stuff and things that went on in the transfer season, with the likes of selling Dolberg and stuff, which I've been made to ruin the comment section. You guys have been very ruthless about the fact that we actually sold Kasper Dolberg. But, it seemed to work out quite well. The likes of Matteo Cassiera came in about January. We were recording from his loan at Groningen. He was doing okay. And he came in and he fit in really well and ended up getting himself into double figures in the goal scoring charts. If we find it here. There he is, 7th in the end. So, good season for him. And also, of course, we had Myron Boadu as well. Not quite as many goals. He might have had 10 in the league, which, still decent. Don't forget, the kid's only 18 years old. So, he's still got time. And he's grown by a couple of ratings already in this career. And he's sure to grow again. So, really looking forward to seeing how they can progress next season. We might as well look at the squad, have an overview of it now. So we've got Van Leer coming back from loan, which is good really because we only had one goalkeeper last season. So if Fernando got injured, we would have been in a bit of trouble. But Van Leer will come back and we'll just keep him around. Some people suggested to me play him in the cups. I don't really like that, to be honest. I know a lot of teams decide to play their second goalkeeper in the cups, but I don't really see the point. If you play your best goalkeeper, he's not going to be tired. So, just play and give yourself the best chance of winning. What else we got? Nissan Christensen is one I think I might actually get rid of. I wasn't impressed with him, to be honest, throughout the season. I don't think he played particularly well. you know, Matsurawi is the much better option. He was the one who was getting into the side on a regular. Yeah, so, you know, I think we might look to address that right-back situation. I do already have a player in mind, and which we'll talk about in a moment or so when I come on to transfer talk. But yeah, Nissen Christensen, he might go, to be honest. So yeah, you know, watch his space. Elsewhere, you know, a lot of these players still hanging around. Lasse Schön is one that is actually leaving. He's joining Feyenoord at the end of the season to sign on a pre-contract expiry deal. Again, not too bothered about that. We decided not to renew his contract, and obviously Feyenoord came in. Couldn't really work his way into the team, to be honest. You know, we do have much better options, and as a result, he just found his playing time limited. So, you know, it's one of those things. As you can see here, only 6 appearances in the Eredivisie. And again, some of those might have been subs as well. A lot of them would have been rotation, etc. So yeah, you know, he'll be off, which is fine. Don't have a problem with that. Elsewhere, Labiad and Tadic couldn't get into the team at the start of the season, but in the second half, or Labiad in particular, in the last 6 weeks or so, they really cemented themselves as 2 players who can come into the side and cement their place in the first team. They were really good. Played very, very well indeed. And as a result, they've sort of got me ruined. You might remember in January, we actually signed Ravel Morrison on a pre-contract expiry deal. He'll be joining at the end of the season. But that was, when I signed him, that was with in mind that Tadic and Labiad weren't really pushing into the team. We were a bit light in that position as a result. Lasse Schön was, of course, going. So, yeah, but obviously they've come in and played now. So I'm going to have a lot of selection dilemmas come next season. So yeah, we'll see how that one plays out for sure, because those two have come in and done their thing. Look at, I mean, Labiad's record: 6 goals and 4 assists in 11 appearances. That's really, really good. And then 2 goals and a further assist in 3 appearances in the cup as well. So really pleased with that. Look at his average rating. You know, something, that guy has been really on top of it. You know, really playing well. So yeah, that's something to look forward to, seeing how he can push on next season. And then we have Sim de Jong, who has been out on loan at Sydney. To be honest, when he comes back, you know, I'll get rid of him. You know, he doesn't have a place in my plans, to be honest. I've never really rated him. So yeah, we're gonna look to turf him out, unfortunately for him. We got Danilo coming back on loan. I don't really know much about the player, I've got to say. But we might give him a chance. He's only 20 years old. His stats look, you know, okay. All right, he's fine. So, yeah, we're going to... I think in pre-season, I am going to play the pre-season games, and I'm going to tell you why later on when we come on to that. You know, I might give him a run out and see what he can do, because, you know, only 20 years old, he deserves an opportunity. Likes of Vlakov Cherny will stay, I think. You know, still only 21. He's only himself as part of the rotation. You know, what does worry me is, as you can see there, not a lot of end production. Only one assist in the league, 1 assist in the cup, 1 goal. You're looking for a little bit more than that, to be honest. But, you know, as I say, he's only 21. We'll give him another season, see how he develops. Klaas-Jan Huntelaar is retiring at the end of the season. Couldn't find his way into the first team, to be honest. He was in there at the start of the season, but, you know, he's not really for me. You know, we've got these likes of these young strikers now coming in. And taking the spot. So yeah, Klaas-Jan Huntelaar will retire, and you know, we'll bid him farewell. And Dennis Johnson, another one, sort of like Vlakov Cherny. I guess he didn't get as much game time, as you can see. He didn't get much of a run out really, but I didn't give him a lot of opportunities. So we'll see how that one plays out as well. Same with looking at the likes of Hugh Price. We'll come on to the youth academy players shortly. Actually, in fact, let's just do it now. Let me just show you. I've actually got a couple of youth academy players who I've promoted. One is Hugh Price. He's 16 years old, from England, and he looks really good, as you can see. 5-star weeks up, 4-star skill moves, high medium work rate, and he's versatile as well. So yeah, we're going to let him grow, see what he can produce. And then we've got another one who I'm really excited with, is Mike Peters, centre defensive midfielder, low high work rate, 5-star weak foot, 5'10", 17 years old. He can definitely be that sort of like-for-like replacement for De Jong if Frenkie De Jong leaves. As I've said in the comment section, said it many times, if we get an offer reflecting that's similar to what I actually see in real life in Barcelona, which is about 65 million, then, you know, we'll sell him, because this is a realistic build, and at the end of the day, you know, he went for 65 million, so if we get something in that region, then, you know, I'll sell him, and as a result, it might be the likes of this Mike Peters who have got to step up, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do. Elsewhere in the youth academy, if we go along here, we've got scouts out. I'll show you these first. Got 3 scouts out, one in Norway, one in England, one in Holland, just doing their thing really. And if we have a look at the youth academy players, I think we've got 2 brothers here, Max Peters and Luke Peters. We'll see how that one plays out. But yeah, we've got a few players in here. I think I did state at the start of the career mode that I only go for players who have got 94 potential. So once they've sort of shrinked it down to be like 88 to 94, etc., that's the sort of thing I'm looking for. So, you know, a lot of these players probably won't get the nod, and will probably get released. But we'll see anyway. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, now on to I guess transfer talk really. I asked you guys to give me suggestions, and I've had, you know, absolutely loads, to be honest. I've shortlisted a few of them. That's sure, as you can see here. And we're going to go through and see what we can do. There's already a couple that I've decided that I am going to sign. I'm not going to tell you guys here, actually, you know. I'm going to leave it as a surprise for the next episode. But there are a couple of here who I feel I'm definitely going to go in for. But yeah, Kasper Dolberg is also shortlisted on there. I thought, you know, if we can get him back on loan, and I'm going to try that at the start of next season. If we can get him back on loan, I think we should give it a shot. We'll have him and Boadu and Cassiera in the rotation. And yeah, we'll see how it is, because, you know, I can't imagine he might have been getting game time over the likes of Troy Deeney and Andre Gray at Watford. So, I don't know. We'll see anyway. But, yeah, as I said, a lot of people were disappointed with the fact that we sold him. But at the end of the day, we sold him for 22.5 million, and we brought in Boadu for 2 million, and he was more than adequate. So, you know what, I don't personally have a problem with that deal. Elsewhere, 2 that have had a lot of suggestions is Sander Berge from Genk in Belgium, and also Calvin Stengs from AZ Alkmaar. Apparently, they've been linked with Stengs in real life. Been potentially trying to sign him. So, I don't know, we'll see how that one plays out as well. Like I say, I've already decided a couple of these, and you know, I'm trying my hardest not to tell you guys. I want to leave it as a surprise, but it's quite hard to keep it in, that's for sure. Yeah, as I say, keep the suggestions coming in. You know, there's well, I appreciate it, of course, but I'll find players here who, you know, I didn't know about and stuff, and may end up signing. So, you know, keep them coming in, and for sure I'll give them a look anyway. And we'll see how that one goes. Elsewhere, one thing I do want to tell you about is obviously this season we played the 4-3-3 every game, which has worked really well. But you know, one thing that I've sort of been thinking about is maybe adding a plan B for one, and also just mixing it up a bit, just to make it more exciting for you guys to watch and stuff, seeing how it plays out. So I was thinking maybe adding a third formation, and this is something I'm experimenting with. Now, Ajax fans will probably know what I'm trying to do here, and for those of you who don't know, it's actually sort of a rendition of Johan Cruyff's 3-4-3 formation, something that Ajax played with when he was a player, and also something that he played a lot when he was a manager, particularly at Barcelona, when he was manager there. And it's something that I feel, you know, it could work. You know, we're going to see, and this is why I'm going to play the pre-season games, because I'm going to test out this formation. I'm going to see what you know, what it plays like. I'm still torn whether or not to have these as centre midfielders or as sort of wide midfielders. You know, that's why I'm going to play pre-season, and we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? But again, because if the formation doesn't work at all, then obviously I'm not going to play it. You know, there'd be no point. But again, I would like to add a second formation. I think Johan Cruyff's 3-4-3 is something, you know, staying in touch with the Ajax roots and stuff like that. I think that's a really good idea, and hopefully that can work, and it can be a second option and something that we can really take to and will play well. So yeah, I'm going to give this a test in pre-season and see how it plays, and hopefully it does play really well. But yeah, again, transfer policy will dictate if we are playing with 3 centre-backs, We've only got 3/4 at the club, although I don't want to play Daily Blin there after the start of the season he had at centre-back. So, you know, it might mean that as a result, we've got to go out and sign more centre-backs. So, or at least one more centre-back. So, yeah, we'll see. You know, we'll see. This sort of thing will dictate our transfer policy also. So, yeah, that's how it's going to go, really. I guess that's about it, guys, really. Looking ahead to Season 2, you know, we've got Champions League to fight for, which is really exciting. I've hardly played any Champions League games on this. It's mad. I've played so much career mode, hardly any Champions League games, which is really strange. So, you know, looking forward to being in that next season. I hope you guys are going to join me along the way as we try and fight on 3 fronts this time. And hopefully retain the title, but also compete on a European level as well in some way. And yeah, I guess it's time to round it off there, really. If you've enjoyed this episode, enjoyed hearing me ramble for, I don't know, 15 minutes plus, then be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already for more regular gaming content. Do be sure to leave me a follow on Twitter using the Twitter handle at Bromo018. And on that note, I'm Bromo18. And I'll see you soon.